analyst, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And this game will start with a kickoff going out of bounds and give this offense tremendous opening field position. Ready to fire from the pistol. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The give to the left side.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On second down, just keeps firing. Fires to the big fella. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position.
Oh, look out. There he goes. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Gonna run it. It's Tompkins. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down. To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And the rush will get to him at the 25. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Man, this guy has got a lot of speed. They've got to try to be thoughtful in how they get him the football. They're going to throw it to him in this game, but how about using the jet sweep, getting him out to the outside, into the open field, and he shows you the burners.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know to be a long day. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped a gain of 6. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out. Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Raymond. Fires to the tight end. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And had they not picked up that 1st down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Here's the handoff. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
All right, well, if you're the quarterback, you know at this point, this is one of those days that I'm going to have to just strap it up. I'll probably be in an ice bath when the game is over because I'm getting hit a lot. We're only in the 1st quarter. My accuracy and my timing is going to have to be at a premium.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he intercepts it. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking downfield, it's Raymond. Makes his connection. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Brown has it. He breaks a tackle. At the 45, on his way. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Unloads to the right. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Buys a little extra time. Going to try to get it himself. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket. They're a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. Georgia sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the returner is stopped. They'll run this play from the pistol. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He leaves it with the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Georgia 7, Ole Miss 0.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Running back searching for a hole. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Tompkins. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Getting some heat. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
These quarterbacks that just bounce and bounce and bounce and pull the ball down and make plays. Defensively, you just got to keep coming. You can't get tired. You can't get frustrated, really. It's the frustration that gets to you because they keep making plays and keep getting first downs. Got another opportunity coming up. 1st and goal. Try to hold him to a field.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal.
3-25.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback keeps it. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss! What an impressive individual display. What speed by this quarterback.
And this defense, they were scared to death of this guy. I mean, they knew they had their hands full trying to stop him. It's one thing to do it in practice and draw it up on the board, Everybody thinks they've got a shot, but until you get out on the field, until you feel this guy's speed, you realize right away that it's going to be a long game.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Going to the running game. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And that was a nice second down run. It's setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
The expressway is wide open. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Number 10.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame, where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
They're going back to the ground. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
They're going to run it. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense.
Looking for a huge play. Makes the grab on the right. Can anyone catch him? Past the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on 1st down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He's going to pass. Setting up the screen. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to... We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at them.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
No, he just flat ran over it.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They move the chains on the ground. Now another 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Tompkins. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to move it through the air. Steps away to find some room. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Looking to throw on second down. He'll take a shot. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to throw, it's Raymond. Got it set up on the outside. Plows through the defense. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
Handoff to the single back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in third and short, third and medium, third and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Comes out throwing on first down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
As a defensive end, trust me, I was a defensive end, I can tell you, you start getting a little lathered up. Now you got your second sack. It's only the third quarter. Your eyeballs are getting big. This is going to be one of those days. I'm going to get me 3. I'm going to get me 4. Shoot, I might even get me 5.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. The give out of the gun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I don't think the defense was expecting run on that play. Second and forever. They were all dropping back into coverage. They got gashed.
Back to pass, it's Raymond. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. And it'll be down right there. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it.
And just break that extra tackle, you know, make that extra play, make the guy miss, put a drive together so you can finish with some points.
Dropping back, it's Raymond. Unloads to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He lets it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia. They take the lead with the 6.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, in college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quick strike complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third down, going up top. He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
This guy just gives you nightmares. and he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Bulls his way forward. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads it downfield. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And these defensive tackles just when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put 1 mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
The play-action fake. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. When the guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle.
Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll give it to the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet, and he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Going for 6. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We've got to figure something out. We've got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Scanning the field, it's Raymond. Turns it loose deep. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's loose. Touchdown Bulldogs. They've got the lead here in the fourth. They have not been able to cover this guy all day.
No, I tell you what, this offense is featuring him. They're doing a really good job. This guy's explosive. He's dynamic. He's making big plays. And heck yeah, I'm going to get him the football as many ways as I can. Kudos to the offense for finally getting it.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors. On everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. Lets it fly. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Quarterback checking the play. He wants to pass it on second down. Trying to get to it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Raymond. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Looking for the score. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is good. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. Give to Brown. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. On the option. Now the toss. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Caught the defense offside. That penalty obviously will be declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fair catch called for and made. The offense set for a first down play. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
He's looking for an open man on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Coming after it. Get it out on the screen. Man, he is hard to wrap up as he gets it to the 32-yard line.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Raymond. Using the quick game. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket, he starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner goes down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. From the gun to give, looking for room. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Going for the big play. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Offense getting set for 1st down. Brown has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Oh, it's a reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Line getting set on second down. The quarterback takes a knee. It's one thing